Hello, 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 ECU basses and baritones. We're back for the Beethoven Coaching Now 2B. This is to continue the section that I marked in the score of the Beethoven 9 as section 2. We did that isolated section with just us, meaning the basses and the tenors, just the men's sections. Now we're moving on to where it is that the women join us again, here on page 21. And you all are the first section that gets to hear my fancy new microphone, in which hopefully it's a little more clear and everything else. So moving up and onward here. How about that? So I'm going to begin on page 21, and we're going to do much the same as what we did last time, in that I'll be doing some reading of the text just to refresh our memories, and then also we will speak the text in rhythm. And then after that, we'll sing through the sections. I'll sing the sections for you, and then finally, I'll just play the part isolated without me singing so that you all can ultimately sing too, without me having you in your ear. And remember, with the video, you can always stop it and go back over something. If you're having a little question about a section, review it, kind of do it again before moving on to the next one. And of course, you can reuse it at any time. You don't have to just do that. Now, unfortunately, when you come back and listen to it a second time, I don't say anything new. It's just basically the same stuff. But then you'll get to hear it. All right, so we're going to start looking on page 21. And of course, here our text beginning is Freude, schöne, Götterfunken. One word right there. Götterfunken is one word. Tochter aus. Tochter is an Achlaut, and it is not a K. So be careful that you're not saying Tochter. That's not right. Tochter aus Elysium. Elysium. That is not actually an U or an E. It's a little bit in between. Elysium. Wir betreten. Wir betreten Feuer trunken. Himmlischer, top of page 22. Himmlischer, dein Heiligtum. Heiligtum. So the accent is on that first syllable. Heiligtum. Deine Zauber binden wieder. Binden wieder. Both times the E's in the second syllables of those words are unaccented, so they're schwas. Was die Mode Strengeltheit. Mode. Mode is the accent, so de is also a schwa. Streng. ST should have a sh at the beginning. Strengeltheit. And then teilt has the IE, which means there are two sounds. It's a diphthong. I, LT. Streng geteilt. Okay? Make sure you get all those sounds in. The L in alle should be a double L. Alle Menschen werden Brüder. Again, not a Bruder. It's not U. It's an U sound. Means you're shaping your lips like an U, but you're saying an E through it. Brüder. Wo dein sanfter Flügeweit. Flügeweit. I-E-L-T, Flügelwald. All those L's in there. Deine Zauber binden wieder, was die Mode streng geteilt. Alle Menschen werden Brüder, wo dein sanfter Flügel weilt. So you can see that by the time you get to the bottom of page 23, that it is a repeat of that text. Okay, so you get that. All right, so now let's try it again. I'm going to move this way. You're still going to be able to hear me just fine, but I'm going to actually do this in tempo now. So we're going to do it in the correct rhythm. So I'll give you a count off of 2 bars. And remember, this is in 2. All right, whoops, I'm shaking you up a little bit there, folks. Sorry. This is in 2, and that means that you're going to see the dotted quarter getting the beat. So when the conducting comes, you're going to see this in 2. Ya, di, da, bum, di, da, ba, da. So make sure that you are aware of that. The dotted quarter is getting the beat. So on the top of page 21, those are the beats. Freude, schöne. Okay? So that's how that works. Make sure you make note of the eighth notes. The eighth notes, for example, in the 4th bar, top of page 21, what you'll see is there's no syllable, but you move. All right? Because you got to change the note. And then the other thing I want to draw your attention to comes later. On the alle, you move from one note to the next with the L, but then you're not finished, though. You got to make sure you're going to go alle. So you're moving notes first before you're doing the double L. All right. And then the sforzato, we'll talk a little bit more. They're across the way as you're going to see them in the score. Going to put a little accent in. I'm going to start to do that as I speak the rhythm, okay? All right, here we go, basses. Top of page 21. Ready? And 1, 2, ready, and... Freude, schöne Güte, Funken, Tochter aus Elysium. Wir betreten feuertrunken, himmlische dein Heiligtum. Deine Zauber binden wieder, was die Mode streng geteilt. Alle Menschen werden Brüder, wo dein sanfte Flügel weilt. I'm on the bottom of page 23. Bottom of 23, where we do the repeat. Ready? 1, 2, ready, and... Deine Zauber binden wieder, was die Mode streng geteilt. Alle Menschen werden Brüder, wo dein sanfte Flügel weilt. All right, so make sure you put that T on before the second big beat on the top of page 25. All right, that's where that T should go. And the same thing for the bottom of page 23 in that similar spot. All right. Okay, great. Shall we give it a shot and actually try to sing it? Great. If you need it again, go ahead and rewind this a little bit, pull it back a little bit, play it again if you need another go through. All right. But here we go. Now we're going to start to sing. There's our first note. Now we have to remember, basses, this is pretty high for us. We have it so that it's above the staff on this repeated D natural. Now, it gets higher in some other places later, for sure, but it's a little tricky now to be right here in our break, in our vocal break for our voices. A lot of men's voices that's changed from your head voice to your chest voice happens right around here at this D natural. So please be careful. Don't shout. Keep it well supported as we sing. Here we go. 1, 2, ready, and... Freude, schöne Güte, Funken, Tochter aus Elysium. Wir betreten feuertrunken, himmlische dein Heiligtum. Deine Zauber binden wieder, was die Mode streng geteilt. Alle Menschen werden Brüder, wo dein sanfter Flügel weilt. So you should be on the bottom of page 23. Bottom of page 23, second measure. Excuse me, I got a little tickle going today. Bottom of that second measure there is where I stopped, all right? So, just to make sure we're okay, now we're going to pick it up where I just stopped, bottom of page 23, going into the third measure. This is the repeat of that text, and I'll give you 2 beats, and off we'll go again. Here we go, ready? There's the A natural. 1, 2, ready, and... Deine Zauber binden wieder, was die Mode streng geteilt. Alle Menschen werden Brüder, wo dein sanfter Flügel weilt. There we go. That's how it goes. All right, so now we're going to do it one more time like that, but this time I won't do that stop on the bottom of page 23. So if you need a little break, you can go straight through. The breathing. Let's go over the breathing again real quick, too. Because basically, there's a couple of places for you to breathe. Number one, obviously, whenever there's any rest, you can breathe. So the goal really is, depending on how this tempo goes, this is about the tempo that I would take this if we were going to do this in performance. And so getting all the way through the 8 measures to the rest to take a breath would be great. However, I know some of you might struggle with that a little bit. So I'm going to give you a couple of places along the way that you can take some catch breaths, all right? And this is where I'd like you to do that. So top of page 21, after Güte funken, all right, that's the 4th measure. You take a little catch breath there. Otherwise, we get all the way to Elysium, bottom of the page. Wir betreten feuertrunken. At the page turn, you can take a breath. Top of page 22, himmlische dein Heiligtum. So don't take any other catch breaths along the way there if you're going to breathe in those places, okay? Deine Zauber binden wieder. There's our breath right there. Bottom of page 22 after the 2nd measure. Was die Mode streng geteilt. There's your breath. Bottom of page 22, last bar in the middle of the bar, before the alle. Alle Menschen werden Brüder. There's your breath, top of page 23, after the fourth measure. Wo dein sanfte Flügel weit. And then the same thing will be for the rest of it as well. You take them in those same places. Okay? All right, let's go again, everybody. I won't stop this time. All the way through it, the example, top of page 21, through the top of page 25. Here we are. 1, 2, ready, and. Freude, schöne Güte, Funken, Tochter aus Elysium. Wir betreten feuertrunken, himmlische dein Heiligtum. Deine Zauber binden wieder, was die Mode streng geteilt. Alle Menschen werden Brüder, wo dein sanfte Flügel weilt. Deine Zauber binden wieder, was die Mode streng geteilt. Alle Menschen werden Brüder, wo dein sanfte Flügel weilt. There we go. That's the whole thing right straight through. So, good repetition for some practice. That way you can go ahead and sing along with me, and that you get used to listening to somebody. But if you want to give it a shot on your own, I'll give you one more go through. I'll play just the piano in this case. You can sing along with this, and that's it, all right? And see how you're doing. Here we go. One more time. Straight through, no stop. Top of page 21. 1, 2, ready, and... All right, good. So remember, that's a full dynamic the whole time, which is not hard for us in that particular part of our range. So it's a nice, full, healthy forte, all right? Not soft singing, but don't oversing either. Carefully you do not oversing, all right? Okay, good job. We'll make sure to catch you on the next time. We're going to be moving on to section 3. It's a pretty tricky section starting on the bottom of page 25. So that's going to be our next video, all right? Take care, everybody. We'll see you soon.